but the conversation kept going on, only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied.
Tyler Perry is a name that has become synonymous with success in the entertainment industry. From his humble beginnings in the Atlanta theater scene to his box office hits with the Medea series, Perry has undoubtedly made a name for himself. However, behind the scenes, there is a shady side to his rise to fame. Controversies surrounding Perry's treatment of writers, perpetuation of stereotypes, and involvement in questionable practices have raised eyebrows and sparked debates. This video explores Monique's claims regarding Tyler Perry's treatment and abuse of actors who have worked with him. Tyler Perry's shadiness. Tyler Perry's journey to success in the entertainment industry has not been without its fair share of controversies. One of the most notable controversies surrounding Perry revolves around his treatment of writers and his resistance to union contracts. As Perry transitioned from the box office to television, he faced a lucrative syndication deal and spin-off for his hit sitcom, House of Pain. However, Deadline dropped a bombshell when they reported that Perry had fired 4 writers who had requested union contracts. Writer Terry Brown Jackson spoke out about the situation, shedding light on the unfair treatment they faced. Brown Jackson revealed that the writers had been instrumental in creating over 100 episodes of House of Pain. Yet when it came to reaping the benefits of the show's syndication and spin-offs, Perry decided to let them go unless they accepted a horrible offer. This move by Perry not only left the writers without the benefits they rightfully deserved, but also raised questions about his commitment to fair treatment and the value he placed on the creative contributions of his team. Perry's response to the controversy was to claim that he now writes everything himself. In an interview with ABC News, he defended his decision, stating that he had taken on the role of sole writer to ensure creative control over his projects. While this may seem like a solution from Perry's perspective, it raises concerns about the treatment of writers in the industry and the importance of recognizing their contributions. However, Perry's union troubles did not end with the writers' room. In 2015, actor union SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity took a stand against Perry's production company due to their refusal to sign union contracts. This led to a ban on their members from performing in Perry's stage play, Medea on the Run. The union's actions highlighted the larger issue of fair treatment and the need for union representation in the entertainment industry. Perry's resistance to union contracts and his treatment of writers have drawn criticism from those who believe in the importance of fair compensation and protection for creative professionals. It raises questions about the power dynamics within the industry and the extent to which artists are willing to prioritize their own creative control over the rights and well-being of their collaborators. The controversy surrounding Perry's treatment of writers and his resistance to union contracts is a reminder that success in the entertainment industry can sometimes come at a cost. While Perry's focus may be on raking in the cash, it is essential to recognize the value of fair treatment, proper compensation, and the importance of union representation. The shady side of Tyler Perry's rise to fame serves as a cautionary tale about the potential pitfalls of prioritizing personal gain over the well-being of those who contribute to one's success. While Tyler Perry has achieved immense success with shows like House of Pain and Meet the Browns, his work has not been without its fair share of controversy. One of the most significant controversies surrounding Perry revolves around his use of stereotypes in his portrayals of African-American characters. This has led to criticism from African-American journalists and cultural critics who argue that Perry's work perpetuates harmful stereotypes. In an open letter to Perry, African-American journalist and cultural critic Jamila Lemieux expressed her discomfort with Perry's use of stereotypes, particularly through his character Medea. Lemieux argued that through Medea, Perry reduced important members of the Black community to caricatures, perpetuating negative and outdated stereotypes. She emphasized that the Black community deserves more than being laughed at through these portrayals. Lemieux's sentiments were echoed by acclaimed film director Spike Lee, who famously criticized Perry's work as buffoonery. Lee argued that Perry's characters were often one-dimensional and relied on exaggerated stereotypes, which did a disservice to the African-American community. Perry, however, defended his work and the use of Medea as a vehicle for exploring important themes. In an interview with 60 Minutes, he stated that through Medea, he could address topics such as God, love, faith, forgiveness, and family. Perry believed that his work showcased the existence of these themes within the African-American community and challenged the notion that Hollywood should ignore or dismiss them. He argued that attitudes like Lee's perpetuated the belief that these themes and characters did not exist, further marginalizing the experiences of African Americans. Despite Perry's defense, critics like Demetria Lucas questioned whether he was truly in touch with the concerns of his critics. Lucas, an editor at The Root, challenged Perry's claim that his work was a reflection of reality. She questioned whether Perry, like R. Kelly, lived in an insulated bubble that kept him isolated from the genuine reasons behind the criticism of his work. Lucas's critique highlighted the importance of engaging with constructive criticism and being open to different perspectives. The controversy surrounding Perry's use of stereotypes raises broader questions about representation and the responsibility of artists to challenge harmful narratives. While Perry has undoubtedly achieved commercial success, it is crucial to consider the impact of his portrayals on the perceptions and understanding of the African American community. The criticism from African American journalists and cultural critics serves as a reminder that the fight for accurate and nuanced representation is an ongoing battle. It is essential to acknowledge that Perry's work has resonated with a significant portion of his audience, and he has been celebrated for providing opportunities for African American actors and filmmakers. However, it is equally important to recognize the concerns raised by those who argue that his work perpetuates harmful stereotypes. The debate surrounding Perry's use of stereotypes serves as a reminder of the complexities and responsibilities that come with being a prominent figure in the entertainment industry. In 2014, Tyler Perry's film Temptation faced significant backlash and controversy over its controversial ending. The movie depicted a storyline where an unfaithful wife contracts HIV after cheating on her husband, while the husband moves on to a new wife and family. This plot point sparked intense criticism and raised questions about Perry's portrayal of HIV as a punishment for infidelity. The Huffington Post called out Perry for perpetuating the idea that HIV is a sinner's disease, suggesting that it happens as a consequence of moral wrongdoing. Writer Mike Ryan questioned whether Perry believed that those who cheat on their partners deserve a terrible disease, or if he believed that his audience held such beliefs. The controversy surrounding the film's ending highlighted the dangerous implications of linking HIV to moral judgment and perpetuating harmful stereotypes. BuzzFeed's Louis Peitzman further noted that within the context of temptation, HIV was portrayed as a sinner's disease, something that happens because a person did something morally wrong. This portrayal not only stigmatizes individuals living with HIV, but also reinforces harmful misconceptions about the virus. Peitzman's critique shed light on the importance of responsible storytelling and the potential consequences of perpetuating harmful narratives. The controversy surrounding the ending of Temptation raised broader questions about the responsibility of filmmakers to handle sensitive topics with care and accuracy. HIV is a complex and nuanced issue that affects millions of people worldwide, and its portrayal in popular media can have a significant impact on public perception and understanding. Critics argued that Perry missed an opportunity to educate and raise awareness about HIV by resorting to a simplistic and stigmatizing narrative. Instead of using the film as a platform to challenge misconceptions and promote empathy, the portrayal of HIV in Temptation reinforced harmful stereotypes and perpetuated the idea that those who engage in infidelity deserve to suffer. It is crucial to recognize that storytelling has the power to shape public opinion and influence societal attitudes. When dealing with sensitive topics like HIV, it is essential to approach them with sensitivity, accuracy, and a commitment to challenging stereotypes. The controversy surrounding the ending of Temptation serves as a reminder of the responsibility that filmmakers have in shaping narratives that promote understanding, compassion, and accurate representation. While Tyler Perry's work has resonated with many audiences, and he has been celebrated for his contributions to the entertainment industry, it is important to acknowledge the impact of controversial plot points and the potential harm they can cause. The criticism surrounding the ending of Temptation highlights the need for greater awareness and sensitivity when tackling sensitive topics in popular media. Blackballing Monique. Tyler Perry's involvement in the alleged blackballing of actress Monique has been a subject of controversy and speculation within the entertainment industry. Monique, who won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in the film Precious, saw her film career come to a screeching halt following the release of the movie. She publicly accused Perry of being one of the individuals responsible for her blackballing. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Monique claimed that Precious director Lee Daniels informed her that she had been blackballed for refusing to play along and campaign for her Oscar. Daniels stated that Monique's demands during the promotion of the film were not in line with the campaign's strategy. While Daniels did not explicitly mention Perry, reports suggested that he and Oprah Winfrey, who were both producers on Precious, played a role in the decision. In a comedy set at the Apollo in May 2017, Monique directly called out Perry, Oprah, and Daniels, stating that she had been whiteballed by some black dicks who have no balls. Her public accusations shed light on the power dynamics and politics within the industry, where influential figures can allegedly manipulate opportunities and hinder the careers of others. The accusations made by Monique against Perry and others involved in the production of Precious raised questions about the fairness and transparency of decision-making processes in Hollywood. While the details of the alleged blackballing remain largely speculative, the controversy surrounding Monique's claims highlighted the challenges faced by actors who refuse to conform to industry expectations or who advocate for fair treatment and compensation. It is important to note that both Perry and Oprah denied the reports of a feud or any involvement in Monique's alleged blackballing. However, the fact that Perry left Oprah's network OWN shortly after their collaboration raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about a potential fallout between the two. The controversy surrounding Monique's accusations against Perry and others involved in Precious serves as a reminder of the power dynamics and potential abuses within the entertainment industry. It raises questions about the extent to which influential figures can control opportunities and hinder the careers of those who do not align with their expectations or demands. While the truth behind Monique's blackballing remains a subject of debate, her public accusations shed light on the challenges faced by actors who dare to speak out against unfair treatment or who refuse to conform to industry norms. The controversy surrounding Perry's alleged involvement in the blackballing of Monique serves as a reminder of the complexities and potential injustices within the entertainment industry. In the years following the inception of this feud, Monique claims that Precious director Lee Daniels personally expressed regret regarding the way producers treated her. However, both Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry have refused to publicly apologize or acknowledge any wrongdoing.
Had I not recorded Tyler Perry, then it would have been my word against his. And then on top of that, it would have been, he's so powerful, we can't even pay no attention to that.
Right.
Well, now I have him on audio, which is legal to do where we live.
Right.
Okay? We have him on audio.
Monique sent the audio recording to controversial civil rights leader Al Sharpton, who agreed to mediate a public discussion between her and Tyler Perry. However, after speaking with Sharpton, Monique claims to have received no response for over 6 months, leading her to believe that Sharpton may have been influenced by Perry's power and influence.
Okay? There was Al Sharpton, the Reverend Al Sharpton, civil rights leader.
Yeah.
I sent him that audio. He listened to it. He said, baby, what that man did to you was wrong, and you're like my daughter, and we're going to have to get him to fix that.
Right.
We didn't hear from Al Sharpton for 6 months.
Despite the alleged blackballing and lack of support from industry heavyweights, Monique remains steadfast in her fight for justice and recognition. She refuses to let go of the beef and is determined to make her voice heard. The beef between Monique and Tyler Perry is currently in a state of limbo, with no resolution in sight. While Monique has been vocal about her grievances, Tyler Perry has remained silent, refusing to publicly address the feud or take responsibility for the state of Monique's career. Monique recently appeared on the podcast Club Sha Shay, where she expressed her frustration with the lack of progress in resolving the beef. She revealed that she had sent the audio recording of Tyler Perry admitting his wrongdoings to civil rights leader Al Sharpton, hoping for a public discussion and resolution. However, she claims to have received no response from Sharpton for over 6 months. Despite the setbacks, Monique is not ready to move on from the beef just yet. She's preparing to take her grievances on the road during Cat Williams' Dark Matter tour. This tour will provide her with a platform to share her side of the story and continue to fight for justice and recognition. Monique on Club Sha Shay. Next, we dive deep into the interview between comedian and actor Monique and Football Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe on his Club Sha Shay podcast. This nearly 3-hour-long conversation has captivated audiences even before its completion, as clips from the interview have gone viral across social media platforms. Monique, known for her unapologetic honesty and fearless approach to speaking her mind, takes this opportunity to address the various narratives and controversies that have surrounded her throughout her career. From being labeled difficult to work with by Tyler Perry to her feud with D.L. Hewley, and even her lawsuit against Netflix for discriminatory pay practices, Monique holds nothing back. What makes this interview truly remarkable is the sheer candor with which Monique shares her experiences. She reveals shocking details, such as a secretly recorded phone call with Tyler Perry, where he admits to spreading the rumor about her being difficult to work with. The repercussions of this rumor have cost Monique millions of dollars in lost opportunities, including being replaced in a major role and a potential collaboration with Kevin Hart. But Monique doesn't stop there. She also addresses her grievances with industry heavyweights Oprah Winfrey and Tiffany Haddish. She accuses Winfrey of privately supporting her decision to abstain from free press for the movie Precious, only to produce an episode of her talk show without Monique's consent, delving into deeply personal topics. As for Haddish, Monique responds to derogatory comments made about her business practices, highlighting the impact of having a supportive husband and manager. Beyond personal matters, Monique sheds light on the discrimination and unfair treatment faced by Black women in Hollywood. She challenges the biased portrayal of history in the American schooling system and shares her belief that if she were a white woman, her career would have reached greater heights. In the first segment of this explosive interview, Monique wastes no time addressing the label that has haunted her for years, being difficult to work with. This reputation was thrust upon her by none other than Hollywood heavyweight Tyler Perry. Monique's journey to being labeled as difficult began after her groundbreaking performance in the critically acclaimed film Precious. Despite receiving widespread acclaim and winning an Academy Award for her role, Monique found herself at odds with Tyler Perry, who accused her of refusing to promote the film outside of her contractual obligation.
What about the Parker? What about Moesha? Had anybody said anything prior about Monique's character prior to her not wanting to do international press, what she wasn't contractually obligated to do?
Never.
Prior to that, nobody said anything.
The impact of this label on Monique's career cannot be overstated. It has been a constant battle for her to prove her worth and talent in an industry that often dismisses and undermines Black women. Next in the interview, Monique opens up about her long-standing feud with comedian D.L. Hughley. The tension between these two industry figures has been simmering for years, and now Monique is ready to reveal the truth behind their animosity. She said they were having a good time in the studio and it was time to play a game. They said,
So here we go. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one?
The comments in the studio struck a nerve with Monique, igniting a feud that has played out in the public eye. But during this interview, Monique sheds light on the real reasons behind their clash. The feud between Monique and D.L. Hughley has been a topic of tabloid speculation for years. But in this interview, Monique challenges the narrative and exposes the deeper issues at play. It's time for us to come together, to support and uplift one another. We have a responsibility to change the narrative and create a more inclusive and supportive industry. Monique then opens up about her groundbreaking lawsuit against streaming giant Netflix. Her legal battle exposed the discriminatory pay practices that have plagued the entertainment industry for far too long.
Hey, my loves. I am asking that you stand with me and boycott Netflix for gender bias and color bias. I was offered a $500,000 deal last week to do a comedy special. However, Amy Schumer was offered $11 million, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle $20 million.
Monique's lawsuit sent shockwaves through the industry as she demanded fair compensation for her work. But it wasn't just about the money. It was about challenging the deeply ingrained biases that undervalue Black women in the entertainment world. Monique's lawsuit against Netflix was a pivotal moment in the fight for equal pay and representation. It forced the industry to confront its biases and sparked a larger conversation about the need for systemic change. D.L. Hughley's response. In the interview, Monique opened up about her experiences with D.L. Hughley as a guest on his radio show. She expressed feeling offended by his co-host and shared her side of the story. But D.L. Hughley wasted no time in addressing these claims head-on. Taking to Instagram, D.L. Hughley posted a powerful message, accompanied by a video clip. He began by stating, "The reason lies and false narratives continue to go on and circulate is because they go unchecked. What you're not gonna do is call me out my name and not get checked. Monique is a liar." These strong words left no room for interpretation. D.L. Hughley made it clear that he was not going to let these accusations go unchallenged. In the video clip, D.L. Hughley went on to elaborate on his claims against Monique. He addressed her accusation of him being dismissive and set the record straight. According to D.L. Hughley, Monique, Hughley did call him, and he listened to her complaints. In fact, he respected her wishes and pulled the segment from his show. This action clearly contradicted Monique's allegations of him being dismissive. D.L. Hughley firmly stated, "So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired, and it didn't because I respected her wishes. She's a liar." These bold statements from D.L. Hughley have ignited a firestorm of controversy and debate. The clash between these two comedy powerhouses has captivated the attention of the public and the media alike. But this is not the end of the story. In the same interview, Monique dropped some major names in the entertainment industry. She mentioned Oprah, Taraji P. Henson, Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, and Tyler Perry, among others. Monique drew attention to the impact of race on her career trajectory, stating that if she were a white woman, her name would be Melissa McCarthy. She highlighted the similarities in their track records, such as both having a 5-season sitcom in syndication, but emphasized that the opportunities presented to them were not equal. But even though Oprah has seemed silent throughout their feud, she has previously addressed the allegations made by Monique. In an exclusive interview with Global Grind, Oprah sat down with her co-stars Reese Witherspoon and Mindy Kaling to discuss the ongoing controversy and provide her side of the story. Oprah began by acknowledging the accusations made against her, Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry. She stated that it was impossible for her to respond directly to Monique's claims. Oprah explained, "It's a law that if you meet negative with negative, you will just have a combustive negative force of energy." She firmly believes that engaging in a negative exchange would only perpetuate more negativity and harm both parties involved. Oprah's decision to remain silent and not engage in a public feud with Monique is rooted in her belief that meeting negative energy with more negativity is not the solution. Instead, she chooses to rise above the drama and be a positive force in the world. Oprah emphasizes the importance of being the light and transcending negativity, stating that it only takes a little bit of light to banish the darkness. Throughout her career, Oprah has been known for her ability to address controversial topics and use her platform to bring about positive change. However, in this particular situation, she has chosen a different approach. By not responding directly to Monique's allegations, Oprah aims to maintain her focus on the greater good and avoid getting entangled in a public back and forth that could potentially overshadow her philanthropic efforts. Oprah's decision to rise above the negativity has not come without criticism. Some argue that her silence is an admission of guilt or a lack of accountability. However, Oprah remains steadfast in her belief that engaging in negativity will only perpetuate more harm. She stands by her choice to be a positive force and encourages others to do the same. It is important to note that Oprah's silence does not mean she is ignoring the allegations. She acknowledges the gravity of the situation and the impact it has had on Monique's career. However, she believes that addressing the issue privately and working towards a resolution behind closed doors is a more effective approach. Despite Oprah's explanation, the controversy surrounding Monique's allegations continues to divide opinions. Some applaud Oprah for taking the high road and refusing to engage in a public feud, while others question her motives and demand a more direct response. The debate rages on, and the truth remains elusive. That brings us to the end of this video. For more interesting videos like this, click on the cards on your screen.